This super tasty black pepper beef is awesome. Elevating it to the next level, we are topping it off with some garlic chips. If you love garlic, you're gonna love this. Hey everyone, I'm Flo. Dude is behind the camera, and we're all about simple food, simple faith. You know, this recipe is one of Dude's favorites, as is most recipes. He loves to order this in the restaurants, especially when served over chow mein. But today we're just going to show you how to do the beef part of the recipe, and you can serve it on whatever you want. But first, we have some pretty exciting news. Check it out! The new cookbook is finally done, and it is available today on Amazon. The link is in the description. This is my author copy, my last proof copy before submitting it for print, so it won't say this on your copy. But yeah, we are so super excited, praise God. We finally got it done. It's called Daily Special because most of the recipes in this cookbook is inspired by the Chinese menu items that we have missed so much because we've been cooking a lot more at home, but they are our favorites. And it's filled with beautiful photos. You can see every recipe has a photo in there. I hope that you guys will really love this cookbook. This recipe is in the cookbook, but I am making a couple of adjustments just to show you that when you're using a recipe, you don't have to follow it to a T, because I can't even be bothered with following my own recipes to a T. I'm using half a pound of beef tenderloin today. Usually I would use flank because it is less expensive, and in the recipe it actually calls for a pound of flank steak, but I am using tenderloin to see if Dude can tell the difference between super expensive meat versus less expensive. I'm going to cut this into cubes because I think the tenderloin, we want to be able to cook it in a way where it's still tender on the inside. And we're also trying to eat less meat, so there's that. I'm just going to put it in a small mixing bowl, and we're going to marinate that. Right, I am adding 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of rice wine. And if you don't have rice wine, you can just add a little bit more soy sauce, or you can use Shaoxing wine, you can use a dry sherry. We've been known to use bourbon in the past, and it just gives the meat an extra flavor profile. But if you don't have it, you don't want to use it, you don't have to. The cornstarch is used to velvet the meat a little bit. That just helps it to be tender and just gives it a good mouthfeel. I'm going to set this aside to marinate for about 30 minutes while I prepare the remaining ingredients. The recipe in the book calls for a pound of meat, but I cut it to half a pound, so I also cut the marinade by half. But for the sauce, I still want it to be saucy, so I am going to make the same amount of sauce. I'm using 2 teaspoons of white sugar. The sugar is there to balance out the flavors. If you don't use the sugar, just be aware that your sauce is going to be a lot more salty. I'm also adding 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of rice wine, a tablespoon of dark soy sauce. And the dark soy sauce will give it extra brown color. But if you don't have dark, you can just use regular soy sauce. And 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. Just give that a stir, and we're going to set this aside. I'm also going to prepare my slurry. So 2 teaspoons of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of water. And it has to be room temperature or cool water. Otherwise, your cornstarch will not dissolve. So I'm just going to stir this up and set this aside as well. I'm using about a teaspoon of peppercorn, and you can just grind up fresh, like just use however you use freshly ground pepper. But I'm finding that with this amount, it takes a long time to get a teaspoon while grinding, so I'm just going to put this in the mortar and pestle and just grind it up myself. See, that was super fast.
Indeed.
I decided to use a red pepper and orange pepper today instead of the green because we really don't like green pepper. But in the restaurants, it is usually a red and green pepper. And, fun fact, did you know that the green pepper, yellow pepper, orange pepper, red pepper is the same pepper plant, just in different stages of ripeness? Who knew? Just gonna cut them into strips. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, and as I've already cut them into strips, that because my meat is cubed, maybe I should have cut them into chunks instead. All right, orange pepper. And 1 onion. I like to slice my onion from top to bottom, because I find that it holds its shape better. I'm also using 6 cloves of garlic. In the recipe in the book, it says 2 cloves of garlic minced, but because I'm going to fry this up and make them into garlic chips, the oil is going to be infused with the garlic flavor. So I have also omitted the ginger that's in the original recipe. So here I'm just going to slice this up into slivers. Okay. Turning on the heat to a medium low, and we're going to heat up the wok. I'm going to add, I don't have to wait for the smokiness because I just want to heat up the oil. So we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of oil, cooking oil, whatever you want to use that is neutral. I use vegetable or canola oil for most of my cooking. And we'll just let that heat up. If you don't have a wok, you can always use a large frying pan, just something that you're going to be able to toss all the ingredients together in easily. Well, it's starting to smoke a little bit right now, so I'm going to add my garlic chips. They're not chips yet, I guess. And we want these to be a golden brown color. Make sure you separate them so they're not sticking together. I have to add a little bit more oil as the garlic soaks up the oil. Start moving. Okay, I'm going to turn off now. All right, I'm going to remove these onto a paper towel to soak up the oil. All right, so we're just gonna let these drain and set them aside till the very end. I'm turning the heat back on. I'm gonna turn it up to medium, and we're gonna add our beef. I'm just gonna let it sear on one side before moving it around. And turn them over. Got to sear the other side. We just want to cook the beef until it's about 80% done and remove it. Okay, we're going to add our onions and our peppers. I'm going to stir fry this for about 2 to 3 minutes until the vegetables are tender. I'm just pushing the vegetables aside once it's cooked through. And we're going to add our sauce to the middle. Let that heat through. I'm going to add our cornstarch slurry. Make sure to give it a stir before adding it. Adding the beef back in with the juices. Turning off the heat. And we're gonna add our black pepper. And I also chopped up some green onions. Give it a stir. All right, it's going on a serving plate. Right, and don't forget the garlic chips that you made. The kids love garlic chips, and so does Jude. I'm not such a big fan, but I'll make what they like.
It does wonders for your love life.
Are you all ready for?
Oh, definitely. The taste. Yes, another one of my favorites. Not much to say except smells good. Garlic chip with the beef tenderloin. Thanks for getting the fancy cut today, Flo. Nice deep flavors. Beef is tender, peppers perfectly cooked. I need another piece of beef. Surgical precision.
You just dropped it, so thank goodness you're not a surgeon.
I was never good at operation. Oh, really nice. Kids are gonna love this. One more garlic chip. Crispy too. Yum.
All right, thanks, dude. Feel free to tweak the recipes to your liking and your dietary needs. No need to follow my instructions to a T, and you will still have a very delicious meal. I just want to say thank you for your continued support and encouragement on this channel. Without you guys, there would be no channel, let alone another cookbook. So check it out, Daily Special. You'll love it.